Zach Roddick, being the highest seeded bowler, has chosen to start on the left-hand lane. He will start first. We're using the PBA format here. On the left lane will start first, bowl 1 frame. Then the other bowler will get up on the right lane, bowl 2 frames, and keep on bowling 2 frames until there's only 1 frame left to be bowled. And that will be by Zach on the right-hand lane. Let's see how he goes.
The shot looked good the whole way, just leaving that one pesky pin in the corner. Just as he's leading up there, we have him sitting on a 205 average. That's impressive, isn't it?
It's not too bad for a young fella. Really nice rotation there. Looked like, well, maybe went just a hair long on him that time. Just missed the break point.
Yeah, first ball, I think we're just feeling out the lanes at this point, just to see where the ball's best positioned. But as we just have a look at Zach's approach there, it looks a little stuttered. But
there's just a little bit of a stutter step there in the second step.
And driving through the pins.
It just gives you a really good look at the angle of entry and the drive through the pocket. Both players seem to be lined up for the pocket, so if they can figure out the carry, I suggest this will be a high-scoring match.
Well, Zach, after an impressive first shot, is lining up for the second frame. Looks a little off balance, hits that one light, gets the carry. All 10 down.
Looked like he moved just a little bit on that shot, moved a little bit further outside, and might have just juiced up the lift a little bit more too, I think.
Perhaps. Yeah, the 5 pin on the first shot didn't quite get across to the 7 pin. In this instance, he was able to get the right mix. He's picked up all 10.
And we have an even match after 2 frames. That's Zach's best shot by far. That's dead flush.
That's a brilliant shot. Lovely shot there.
Hell of a lot easier to make good shots up to not having to sort of think about what comes next and what you're doing and all the rest of it. You've just got to practice pre-shot routine that you do naturally. It just makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, it's the thought process before taking the shot, isn't it?
That's right.
Okay, I've got this to do and then that to do, and then I'll lead out with my first step. If you've got everything down pat exactly the same every time, it makes for a much better concentrated shot. It does.
And that shot there from Zach was pretty concentrated. all 10 pins just disappeared into the pit.
They're looking impressive, aren't they?
They're looking very impressive.
But that brings the match to an even game again.
That's right.
Spare and 3 in a row. Zach to build on that now. And he's done that nicely. Look at that.
Done
he's
that
confident.
very nicely. He's just got a really good look. The break point looks really nice. Break point's in exactly the right place. Look at that.
Okay, so we rejoin the action with Zach. And he will be, well, if he strikes here, we'll carry his lead to 11 pins. After Kerry Ann just leaving that spare after the last shot. And Kerry, he does. He looks so good, doesn't he?
That is looking really, really sharp at the moment. The last 3 or 4 shots have all been dead flush in the pocket, and 10 have just disappeared back into the pit. And you really can't throw it any better than that. He is in red-hot form at the moment.
Yeah, occasionally when right-hand bowlers throw those kinds of shots, you see the 6 pin sometimes go around the 10, which causes it to remain standing. As you saw in that replay just then, he's got the angles all right.
He has. He's using a duller ball than Kerry Ann is, which means the ball is going to rev up a little bit earlier, break a little bit earlier, and there it is again. Just got that more even arcing reaction into the pocket. Kerry Ann is throwing a lot more skid with a more sudden break point in the pocket, and I think that's probably why she's starting to stick a few. She's behind. She's about 31 pins behind. However, should Zach have a bit of a stumble in the next few frames, she's still a chance to win. It doesn't look like happening, though, does it?
No, he's got his eye in, that's for sure.
That's about 5 in a row where it's just dead flush. You know, he's in dead stroke at the moment. It doesn't happen very often for a bowler when you're just throwing the ball that well. But right at the moment, he is. And he's just absolutely crushing it.
Yeah, the last couple of shots, though, it's been interesting to note. His ball's been entering into the pocket, but it's been going just a little bit high. I can see maybe he's going to leave a pin where this ball enters in, and well, it wasn't quite in that instance. He hung that one just a little bit far out to the right there. He didn't make it back to the pocket as much as he'd like, but it looked like his past couple of previous shots they were meeting the pocket just a little bit on the headpin side.
What we call high flush.
That's right.
He's left the 10-pin here. Really, and he does need to go back and make it. For as well as he's been bowling, a mistake now really leaves the door open for Kerry Ann, but when you're in dead stroke like this, you don't generally open the door.
Unfortunately, it wasn't enough in this case. Zach, if he throws out here, he'll finish with a 269.
And that is a good game in anyone's language.
Especially on TV.
Absolutely,
that's the kind of stuff you want to do when you're on TV. He really gives it a heave, doesn't he?
That he does. Oh, the 5-pin just goes across in front of the 7, stands up in the gutter, doesn't quite take the 7 out.
Look at this. Oh, goes behind it, actually.
Right. It was the headpin that went in front of the 7.
Headpin in front of it, 5-pin behind it. Oh, goodness. That's unlucky.
It is unlucky, but it's certainly more than enough that he needs for the win.
Yeah, with that 9 count, he takes his score to 238 in the 9th, and he has surpassed Kerry Ann's 225. Sparing up there. And with a strike, he will take his count to 258.
I tell you what, if he can maintain this sort of form through upcoming matches, could cause a little bit of a boil over here. Zach would have come into this as the 5th-seeded player, probably not looking at being a major factor, but if he maintains this sort of form, anything could happen.
No, he's turned it up. And, well, Louise Ingo, look out, you need the light.
That you will.